Was something wrong with the house on Hollow Brook Lane. Not in the way people say when floorboards creak or windows whistle in the wind. This was different. This was the kind of wrong that sat quietly behind every shadow, not doing anything at all, just watching. I moved in after the death of my aunt. She had lived alone for the last 30 years, and they said she died peacefully in her sleep. But when I arrived, the place felt recently disturbed. The curtains were drawn open in every room, as though someone had rushed through the house just before I got there. There was dust, but not where you'd expect. Thick layers on the counters, but none on the rocking chair in the attic. Not a speck on the cellar stairs. I told myself it didn't mean anything. Old houses are strange like that. They settle, they breathe, they remember. The first night was cold. Not because of the weather, the house was warm, but something about the air made my skin prickle. As I lay in bed, I could hear faint thumping from below. Not quite footsteps, not quite anything, just motion. I told myself it was the old pipes, maybe a raccoon. I told myself a lot of things. The next morning, I noticed the rug in the hallway was askew. I hadn't touched it. Underneath, there was a small square of wood, lighter than the rest. A trap door I hadn't seen before. It wasn't locked. It didn't creak. It just opened. A ladder led down into a narrow crawl space. I didn't go down. Not at first. I just looked. Dirt floor. Cobwebs, nothing out of place, until I noticed the small shapes. Toys, old wooden ones, hand-carved, smoothed by use. Some were broken, like they'd been stepped on. Others were arranged in a circle. The trap door slammed shut. I don't remember climbing out, but I woke up in my bed. Morning sunlight on my face. The hallway rug was back in place. Perfectly aligned, almost like it had never been touched. That was the beginning. Each night after that, I heard more sounds from below, whispering, scratching. On the third night, I put my ear to the floor. It spoke my name, not in a voice I recognized, not loud, just a gentle murmur, like someone calling from the end of a long tunnel. I stayed frozen there for what felt like hours. In the morning, I went down. The toys were gone. Instead, there were drawings on the dirt walls, crude, childlike sketches. A tall figure with no face, a girl with no eyes, a bed, a trap door, me. I didn't scream. I didn't even move. Just climbed out and closed the door. That night, I set up a recorder. I needed proof I wasn't losing my mind. The recording played back silence. Not quiet, true silence. Like something had pressed its weight onto the sound itself, smothering it. But at the very end of the tape, just before it cut off, there was a whisper. Stay. I started dreaming then. In every dream, I was in the crawl space. The walls stretched taller, the dirt floor colder. The drawings moved, blinked, watched me. I would wake up gasping with mud under my nails. I tried to leave, packed a bag, locked the doors, got in my car. The engine wouldn't start. My phone screen was black. The street was gone. Just woods. Endless, patient woods. When I walked back inside, the hallway rug was missing. The trap door was open, and something was waiting. I saw her for the first time that night. Just a shape at first, standing in the dark corner of my room. When I turned on the light, she was gone, but the shape remained, burned into the wall like a shadow that wouldn't fade. She doesn't speak, but she hums. Low, tuneless, constant. A lullaby made from silence. I'm not sure how long I've been here anymore. The sun still rises, but the clocks don't move. I sleep, but I don't dream. The whispers have grown louder, but only when I close my eyes. They're closer now. Sometimes I see her sitting on the edge of my bed, watching me. Her hands are too long. Her mouth doesn't move when she speaks. She tells me stories I don't remember knowing. About children who disappeared. About shadows that grew teeth. About a house with eyes under the floorboards. I listen because I'm too tired to run. Because maybe I'm not a guest here anymore. Maybe I never was. Maybe the house just called me home.